So the rumors were true. Erdwin's lantern descends towards Gallopolis. And they say it began when Yggdrasil fell and darkness covered the land. But why? What is happening to our world?
Erdwin's lantern, eh? Back in Dundrasil, we had a legend that after Erdwin defeated the Dark One, he ascended to the skies as a star, so he could watch over Erdrea for all eternity. That was one of Eleanor's favourite stories. And I always thought it was just that, a story. But now I'm not so sure. I mean, if the Lord of Shadow's rise caused Erdwin's lantern to descend... Are you even listening, laddie? Oh, charming. Well, I can share my musings with you again if you'd like. Heard everything you needed to hear, did you? All right then. Well, I suppose this is no time to be standing around pontificating. The lantern's on course to crash straight into this fair kingdom. We'd best go and see what the Sultan thinks of all this, eh?
The legends of Gallopolis tell that Erdwin's lantern was placed in the sky to watch over Erdrea, but I fear that the sight of the sinister star descending upon us has caused many to doubt those legends. It's hard to feel that such an ominous presence could be benign. Of course, I cannot pretend to know the truth of the situation. Perhaps His Most Exalted Majesty the Sultan might be able to provide you with more information. We're doomed. Doomed. By the sands, I cannot believe that people will still visit us here. I hope you do not think these city walls will keep you safe. I advise you to leave Gallopolis immediately. Have you not seen the giant star that descends toward us? Once it strikes, this place will be no more. Surely we are doomed. If that star collides with Gallopolis, it's not going to be pretty. Aye, the Sultan must be beside himself with worry, I'll warrant. Let's go and see how he's faring. Maybe he knows something about the star that we don't.
Honey, please.
That star is spoiling everyone's fun. I mean, how are people meant to go out and enjoy themselves with that thing hanging over them? Well, I for one won't stand for it. Let's do something about it and put the smiles back on everyone's faces. It's quieter than I expected here. I guess folks have fled from the falling star. Well, I don't blame them.
Yes?
It seems the people of Gallopolis have either fled or given in to despair. I can only sympathize with their plight. If the star were to collide with the kingdom, it would bring unimaginable death and destruction. This is no time to be trading. I probably don't need to hover over it. I probably just need to hit buy. I don't know. I feel like there was some reason I was doing this. Oh me, oh my, just look at you. What a handsome fellow you are. I wish to give you the priceless gift of Puff Puff. Will you permit me? No. Ah, you're a serious sober soul, I see. So be it. But if you should ever change your mind, I'll be waiting. What was that? Thank you for your custom, and remember, should you ever create any fine items on your forge, I can offer you an excellent price for them. I'm sorry, sir. We are not open yet. Return in the evening, please. Look at these empty streets, senor. Ever since the lantern started falling, people have left Gallopolis in droves. Even the circus does not attract many people these days. Aye, it is also sad. Let me entertain you. What's that? You've come to see the circus? Oh, I'm sorry, we decided to take a little break. With everything that's going on, you know. Don't worry, I'm only joking. It'll take more than a falling star to get us down tools. In fact, we decided that Gallopolis needs us more than ever right now, so we're letting everyone in for free. Be sure to pop along and enjoy the show. Prepare to be amazed. It's the circus of life. Ladies and gentlemen, hip, 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 phew. Two of my performers ran away in the night, so I had to take the stage instead. Wish I had a few more tricks up my sleeve. Still, the show must go on. No one comes to the circus to hear me grumbling, especially not at a time like this. I just want to forget everything. Look at the ringmaster go. Look at her dance. Truly, she's the best. Such a welcome diversion. How did they do it? It's miraculous. This is the interest of the spectator stands. Seats would sell out in a matter of minutes, but since the stars started falling, sales have greatly decreased. This is the end. Prince Faris will save us. This is the end for us. Even Prince Faris cannot do anything to prevent that star from falling upon our heads. And even if we were to flee Gallopolis, we would be sure only to encounter monsters far more terrifying than any we have seen before. No, running will not save us. Nothing will. Of course, everyone in Gallopolis became frightened when Erdwin's lantern began to fall, but there's no need for us to lose hope. Prince Faris is sure to come to our rescue. He will know what to do. His most exalted majesty has been gathering every scrap of information he can find on Erdwin's lantern ever since it started to descend. Should you happen to know anything about it, anything at all, I'm certain he would wish to hear from you. Is that star truly Erdwin's lantern? I'm afraid I cannot see it as anything other than ominous. Right, the Luminary is coming back. Did you hear Erdwin's lantern is falling about? Which means the Luminary of Legend is coming back. Just when the world needs him most, he'll come and save everyone. Erdwin's lantern is falling, yes? Does that mean the Luminary is coming back? No. You're correct, I'm sure. No one would come out of the lantern. The Luminary will not return. Yes. So it is true? By the sands. But why? Why would he come back now? Oh, I think I know. He's coming to chase away the Lord of Shadows, yes? He's coming to save the world. I'm not yet greatly experienced in matters of wizardry, and yet it is clear even to me that Erdwin's lantern possesses great magical power. There's something special about it, that much is certain. Do not ask me what that something is, however. I'm afraid I have no idea. What are everyday folks like us supposed to do about a massive star falling from the sky? Hey, I'm not looking forward to getting crushed to bits either, but we might as well face facts here. Putting up a fight's not going to change anything. It is truly a vast object. I dare not imagine what would happen if we were to crash into our kingdom. The lantern is falling. The very symbol of the man who defeated the Dark One comes crashing down from the sky. The end times are here at last. Prepare yourselves for the end of your foolish world. I assume quest people have nothing new to say. Many more monsters roam the land as a result of the Lord of Shadows' influence. Knights have been dispatched to counter this threat, and several mounts have lost their lives in the process. Did not expect my beloved darlings ever to have to go to war. Should have treated them better when I had the opportunity. I was a terrible father to my children. That's why I decided to work my fingers to the bone in order to provide for them now that they are grown. I had given up on our being reconciled. Yet by some miracle they have returned to me. I cannot believe it. I feel as though I'm dreaming. You have told me what you did, friend. I thank you, from the bottom of my heart. If it were not for your assistance, my family would be lost to me still. It's wonderful to see you again. The world has become such a dangerous place lately. I was more than a little worried about you. Thank you for all you did for us, and as a result of your kind efforts, we are a family once more. Good day to you. 1,000 thank yous for all that you did for my sister. But there's something I would like to make clear. The fact that I'm standing here with my father doesn't mean I've forgiven him. It is true, however, that he is not quite the dreadful man he once was. Age has softened him, and Akia and I are no longer children either. Is the descent of Erdwin's lantern perhaps connected to the Lord of Shadows' destruction of Yggdrasil? Surely it is unthinkable that two such phenomena could occur so soon after one another, by sheer coincidence. Doo-doo-doo. The horses have been deeply troubled of late. How do I know? Oh, it's very simple. One can learn a lot from examining their manure. Recently, the color has been very troubling indeed. It is a sure sign that the horses are just as frightened as everyone else in Gallopolis. Come now, eat some hay. The horses have not been the same since Erdwin's lantern started falling. It is as though they can sense all that is not right with the world. The poor horses are frightened. Are you lost? These gates lead back to the city. Shall I open them for you? Sure. There, try not to become lost. If you wish to enter the palace, please proceed to the walkway above, then make your way around the perimeter. Easy, girl. That silly star is nothing to be scared of. Ah, I know you. You're the one who entered the same national place of Prince Faris. You're perhaps surprised that races are still being held in Gallopolis despite our current troubles, yes? But you see, people are in need of greater diversion than ever. Indeed, you should consider racing yourself. I'd be honored to share the track with you. What in the name of the Sands? Everyone refers to it as Erdwin's lantern, but all I see when I look up upon it is an enormous orb of pure evil. I hope my horse is happy in the next life. Races are still being held, but the falling star means we have far fewer spectators. Times are hard. If things do not change, I doubt that horse racing will have much of a future here in Gallopolis. Giant star is about to descend upon us. Surely I should be preparing to flee the city, and yet here I am at the racetrack yet again. Truth is, racing is a part of my life. It is too deeply ingrained within me. To abandon it is simply not an option. Welcome to the racetrack. This is the racetrack of Gallopolis. Though our kingdom faces unprecedented danger, the racing calendar is unaffected. If you wish to take part in a race yourself, please inquire at the reception desk within. The racetrack has struggled to do business ever since the lantern commenced its descent. As such, I have decided to gamble more than ever to try and support its continued operations. I'd gladly spend every penny I had if it helped to keep the racetrack open. After all, there's simply nothing more joyous than a horse race well run. Ah, Tran. I've been wondering when you would visit us again. As you won the Silver Cup, you're now able to take part in the Gold Cup. I'm sure that you cannot wait to test your skills once more. Here are the events we are currently holding. They vary in both difficulty and the prizes on offer. Which would you like to enter? The Gold Cup? Fine choice. That would be 1,000 gold coins. Is that alright with you? Yes. And just like that, you are signed up to take part in the Gold Cup. Good luck, friend. It's time to put your knightly honor on the line. The Gold Cup awaits. Whoa. Booyah! Champions Challenge! Congratulations, friend. You are magnificent. You handled your steed exquisitely. Ah, but I'm forgetting your prize. To the victor of the Gold Cup goes this magnificent item. I hope it is to your liking. It requires a metal slime helm. Here's a prize we give to everyone that takes part in the Gold Cup. I hope it is to your liking. Tran acquires a chunk of gold ore. I hope you'll come and race again soon. Jump Jockey, awarded for an impressive performance in the Gold Cup at the racetrack in Gallopolis. Alright, we'll do the difficult one. Ooh! Double Champions Challenge! Congratulations, friend. You were magnificent. You handled your steed exquisitely. Most of the merchants who once traded here have already turned tail and fled the city. I simply cannot condone such cowardice. What is the point? I simply do not understand what is going on. First, Yggdrasil falls and the world becomes infested with monsters. Then this enormous star descends toward us. It is all too much for me. It leaves me with no desire to do anything. I will remain here and await my fate. Our priest was killed by monsters. He was walking outside the city and went to a child's aid. Beasts turned on him instead and took his life. I am by no means capable, but nevertheless, I have decided to spend the rest of my days continuing his good work. Wait, can I see what they're saying from over here? It's the end for us. What if the star falls upon us? So it seems the Sultan's been busy researching Erdwin's lantern. Come on, laddie, let's go and see what he's found out. So even the cats have made themselves scarce. I was hoping to catch up with our furry friends, but it's looking like now's not the time. It's good to see the castle guards haven't abandoned their posts. They're prepared to risk their lives to protect their people. You've got to respect that.
You wish to speak with me?
The Sultan has shown admirable fortitude. He has not abandoned his palace or his people. Ah, you are the adventurer who visited us here some time ago, are you not? Perhaps you have learned something of Erdwin's lantern on your travels. If so, you must share it with His Exalted Majesty the Sultan. Immediately, please. He is currently asking scholars from all over Erdrea to bring him information concerning the star. Welcome to the Sultan's palace. You look rather tired. Your journey here was a long and arduous one, I suspect, but not as arduous as the journeys of others, of course. I have heard reports of many who have been killed while attempting to cross the desert. When will I be able to make my escape? You must not tell anyone else about this, but the truth is I have plenty of plans to leave Gallopolis. I have a family to think about. My loyalty to them is greater than my loyalty to my kingdom, especially as that kingdom is about to be destroyed. I will wait for as long as it takes. My betrothed serves in the Gallopolitan army. He was dispatched to a foreign land and has since gone missing, but he will return. Of that I am certain. He said he would come home to me, and I believe him. These are the chambers of our exalted Sultan and beloved Sultana. It has been deemed necessary for me to stand guard here, for in these troubled times it's quite possible that some desperate soul will enter the palace seeking shelter. I will never flee. These are difficult times for Gallopolis, and naturally I am most concerned, but I will never abandon His Exalted Majesty or the palace. As long as the Sultan and Sultana remain in the city, I will be here to protect them. What up, noobs? Never retreat! Never retreat in the face of adversity. Do not falter, men. Do not whimper. A falling star is no match for the immovable resolve of the desert knight. We'll defend Gallopolis at all costs, just as the pledge dictates. Erdwin's lantern is simply another form of the adversity that we knights pledge to overcome. We must do as the captain says. We must defend Gallopolis at all costs, even if it costs us our lives. This is too much. I understand the importance of knightly training, and I do not deny that is necessary, but to claim that we can prevent a star from falling is simply foolish. You wish to speak to Prince Faris? 1,000 pardons, he's not present at the moment. Tra-la-la-la. Sleep, lost souls, be peaceful at last. Thy sufferings ended, miseries past. Go drift among the dunes, farewell friends. Be free, be still, sleep now till time's end. Prince Faris seems excited. I know not what Prince Faris speaks with his majesty concerning, but it is clear the topic excites him greatly. His majesty is in the throne room. If looking for his majesty, you will find him in the throne room, but please try not to bother him too much, and be sure to show due respect. Watcher, Court blimey, fancy us getting to see a massive great big star up close like this. Talk about lucky, eh? This is highly irregular. This man has entered the palace in bed, and though I have asked him to leave, he simply ignores me. Seems he has come to the balcony in order to get a better view of Erdwin's lantern, but one does not simply roam the Sultan's home without permission. Such firm resolution. Ah, it is you, Prince Faris' friend. His Highness is talking to his most exalted majesty, the Sultan, at the moment. He appears to be in a rather determined mood. He has set his mind on something, I am sure of it. I have known that expression since he was but a child.
My boy, please! Your reckless heroics will get you killed.
Fear not, father. I will take all necessary precautions. By the time I return, the mystery of the star will be solved and Gallopolis will be saved.
Ah, it is you. Thank you once again for all you did for my son. What in the name of the... Surely this cannot be.
It's been a while, Your Majesty? Years, in fact. I haven't seen you since the Colloquy of Kings, and the disaster that followed.
Lord Robert, please, you must listen. What we were told about the Luminary was false. He is not the spawn of the darkness after all. Alas, we were all deceived by King Carnelian. We allowed the world to be destroyed. We brought this disaster upon ourselves.
Oh, come on, Your Majesty. We can hardly be blamed. This is Mordegon's doing. He's the one who possessed King Carnelian and caused all this chaos. This is down to him and no one else.
Lord Robert.
Now, listen. We need to talk about that star. If Erdwin's lantern falls much further, Gallopolis is done for. What do you know about it?
Sadly, very little. I have tasked my finest scholars with investigating its origins, but they have discovered nothing. There is one thing that may be of interest. My son Faris claims to have been able to make out runes on the surface of the barrier that surrounds the star.
Runes, eh? This is the first I've heard of a barrier surrounding the lantern, let alone anything being written on it. Was your lad sure of this?
He certainly appeared to be. In fact, he has taken one of our most learned scholars to the Celestial Sands in order to investigate the runes more closely. It is there that we believe the star will make its landing.
I see. Reckon we'd better go and take a good look at these runes ourselves, eh? Shall we head out after the prince?
It would put my mind at ease if you would, Lord Robert. I cannot help but worry about him being abroad in such dangerous circumstances.
Aye.
You have my thanks. I will instruct the guards to permit you passage through the checkpoint. Journey safely.
Having set on a quest to slay the Lord of Shadows, Tran returns to the Sultanate of Gallopolis, where the great red star known as Erdwin's lantern has started to fall from the sky. Rab retells the legend of the lantern's birth, of how after defeating the Dark One, the Luminary of Legend ascended to the heavens to watch over Erdrea for all eternity. Upon entering the palace, the party see Prince Faris departing for the Celestial Sands. The Sultan tells them how his son has spotted some kind of ancient script inscribed upon the falling star, has mounted an expedition to the desert to study it more closely. At the Sultan's request, the companions set off after him to aid him in his investigation.
Now then, laddie.
We need to find out what's going on with Erdwin's lantern, and that means we'll have to venture into the Celestial Sands. There's a checkpoint on the way, but I believe the Sultan's already sent word to the guard to let them know we're coming.
How wonderful!
Didn't expect little Princey Pooh to volunteer for star inspecting duty, did you? He's obviously grown up a lot since we last saw him. Listen, honey, we can't let Prince Faris steal all our heroic thunder. Let's get after him. Why the heck has the prince gone off to investigate that lantern? I mean, what's he hoping to achieve? To be honest, he's probably better off heading in the exact opposite direction.
I must speak with you.
The Sultan has showed admirable fortitude. He has not abandoned his palace or his people. I cannot help but worry. As you saw, Faris has ventured north into the Celestial Sands. He hopes to decipher the runes that cover Erdwin's lantern. I hate to impose upon you, but should you travel to the sands yourself, please check on my boy. I cannot help but worry about him. To reach the sands, you will need to pass through the checkpoint west of the city. I'm a little worried about Faris, of course, but he is an adult. He is capable of making his own choices and of taking responsibility for them. He must fulfill his own destiny in his own way. My role as his mother is simply to watch over him as he does so. Did you see it? Did you see Prince Faris' expression? Such determination to serve his people, even in the face of impossible danger. We Gallopolitans are truly blessed to have such a hero for a future ruler. The cats have all gone. Tran, I hear that you're to watch over Prince Faris on his expedition to the Celestial Sand. To access the sands, leave the city and proceed west. Then take the northern path when you reach the fork in the road. I've heard reports of fearsome monsters lurking beyond the city walls. I cannot help but worry for His Highness's safety. Be sure to keep close watch on him, please.
No, you agreed to do this. Come, we must move closer. We cannot hope to read the runes from here.
But, Your Highness, I am sorry. It is too dangerous. I'm afraid I must refuse.
Do you have a means of deciphering the symbols without entering the Celestial Sands?
Well, no, but...
Oh, Princey Pooh! Hello, darling. Long time no see.
Sylvando! What an unexpected pleasure.
The Sultan said you were out here in the scary sands trying to read runes of a falling star. Huh. Guess you grew up to be quite the brave boy,
I am simply doing my duty to my people. But what about you? What brings you to the sands?
The same thing as you, Your Highness. We have come to investigate Erdwin's lantern.
Sir Hendrik? The Sir Hendrik? The hero of Heliodor, here in my kingdom!
You know who I am, Your Highness?
But of course! You are my hero! You are every aspiring knight's hero! To serve under your command is my life's ambition!
I am honored, Your Highness. The courage you have shown in venturing out here suggests that you would make a fine knight, wherever or whomever you serve.
Truly, you have no idea how much your words mean to me. Oh, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Sorry to butt in, Your Highness, but might I ask how your investigations are going? You were looking a wee bit frustrated back there when we arrived.
Indeed I was, old man. That fool of a scholar is too frightened to accompany me any further into the sands. I am not one for learning. The symbols will mean nothing to me, which leaves me in quite a predicament.
Well, I think I might be able to help out there, if you'll allow me.
You are some manner of wizened ancient? Excellent! I would be very much obliged. The runes can be best seen from the ruins in the center of the sands. Meet me there.
Look after His Highness, but please. 1,000 pardons, I wish I could accompany you, but the fear is too much. Surely I cannot move an inch. I believe Prince Faris has made his way towards the ruin in the middle of the Celestial Sands. Do not allow any harm to come to him, please. I must confess, when I look at Prince Faris, I still see the spoiled little boy he once was. But this is most unfair, of course, for the courage he has shown in volunteering to approach a lantern is truly worthy of a desert knight. Indeed, he puts me in mind of His Exalted Majesty the Sultan back when he was the prince's age. Yes, there is no need to doubt him, that much is certain.
How wonderful!
Our little Princey Poo's dashed off ahead. He said he was heading for the ruins in the middle of the desert. Let's hurry up and get after him, honey. We know what he's like when he's left to his own devices.
Oh, that's grand.
You'll not remember this, of course, but back when I was the king of Dungersville, I had a reputation for refusing to let anything lie until I got to the bottom of it. So if Erdwin's lantern really does have some ruins carved into the side of it, we're not leaving the sands until we've worked out what they say. So let me get this straight. There's a star falling out of the sky, and you want to get closer to it. I think I'm starting to get an idea of what you guys are like.
A word, if you please.
The Prince of Gallopolis appears to be an admirer of mine. This is naturally a great honor. You'll be welcome to join my unit once these tumultuous times are over, though I suspect he may need a little more training. Upon entering the palace, the party see Prince Faris departing for the Celestial Sands to investigate an ancient script inscribed upon the falling lantern. At his father's request, they follow him into the desert to check on both his safety and the state of the slowly descending star. They catch up with the prince at the entrance of the sands, and he is ecstatic at seeing them all again. Grab reveals that he may be able to decipher the characters inscribed upon the star, and they press on toward the ruins that stand right beneath it.
Taking a nap, Princey Pooh? And there was me thinking you'd come to investigate the lantern.
Oh, truly, it is even more magnificent when one lies directly beneath it. How many can say that they have seen such glories up close?
You're a special one, darling. Don't go changing, What are these ruins, anyway? And how come they're out here all on their own in the middle of the desert?
Huh? Oh, they have been here forever, since the age of our grandfathers' grandfathers, or some such nonsense.
They were built for something very important. I just know it. Ooh, maybe some kind of stage. What a place to perform. Can you imagine?
You weren't wrong about the runes, Your Highness. I can definitely see some on the side of the lantern. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Yeah.
Darling.
It looks like it's going to take a while for Rap to work out what's written on that star. How about we take a look around the ruins and see what we can find? I mean, we've come this far. We might as well investigate properly. So we don't know when that big star is going to drop, but we're just standing here right under it? Look, man, I don't want to die out here. Let's check out what we need to check out, then head back to the city.
Yes.
I've stared at the lantern long and hard, yet I feel as though I have learned nothing at all. We catch up with the prince at the entrance of the sands and set out with him for the ruins that sit directly beneath the lantern. Suddenly, a strange dark sprite appears, unseen by all except our hero. While the others stand transfixed by the star, Rab sets to work trying to decipher what the strange characters say. Such magnificence! Is it not a truly awe-inspiring sight? I doubt many have had an opportunity to gaze upon Erdwin's lantern from such close proximity. After all, most are not blessed with the courage required to venture out to the ruins at the best of times. I have nearly cracked it. Just give me a wee bit longer, laddie. I need to take a closer look at these runes.
You can see me?
No.
Yes. I suppose that was a silly question. This means you must be the...
Are you okay, honey? You were talking to yourself, and we all know what that means.
Things past, return to me!
What's happening?
The lantern!
Oh, it's falling! It's falling! It's falling! We're gonna be squished!
Lord Robert, it is not safe here. We must fall back.
Oh, give me a minute, will ye? I think I can make out what the runes are saying. Las Moss.
Please, Lord Robert, it is too dangerous.
What is this? What is happening?
Now none shall challenge me. This world is mine, and mine alone.
Was that the Sword of Shadows?
The lantern. It has disappeared. The star was named for Erdwin, but can such an ominous phenomenon truly be the work of heroes? Was the foul creature wielding the sword not...
That was no foul creature, Sir Hendrik. That was the savior of Gallopolis. He spared us all from the falling star. The kingdom is saved. My people will surely thank me when I bring them the good tidings. I must return to the city and spread the news. Come and find me at the palace if you need me. Yes!
Kalasmus. What could that mean?
Why don't we go ask the Sultan? It's his kingdom, maybe he knows something.
Aye.
Having set out on a quest to slay the Lord of Shadows, Tran returns to the Sultanate of Gallopolis. There he accompanies Prince Faris on an expedition into the Celestial Sands to investigate the lettering inscribed upon Erdwin's lantern, which has started to fall from the sky. Tran, Prince Faris, and the rest of the party eventually arrive at the ruins directly beneath it. A strange dark sprite appears, unseen by all except Tran, and begins to beckon Erdwin's lantern downward. At this, it starts to plummet at a precipitous rate. Rab, meanwhile, manages to decipher the inscription on the star's surface, which simply says, Kalasmos. Suddenly, a sinister swordsman swoops in out of nowhere and shatters the lantern with a single strike. He hangs around only long enough to confirm its destruction, then disappears as quickly as he came. Bewildered, but relieved, the party return to Gallopolis to see if the Sultan knows anything about the word inscribed on the now obliterated star. I'll warp once I talk to the people at the checkpoint. I'm certain that when the secure star split open, it divided perfectly in half. What could this signify? Perhaps it's just my imagination. Erdwin's lantern began to glow, and the speed of its descent increased most dramatically. I was sure that we were doomed. I'm honest, I still cannot believe that we are all still alive. It was a stroke of almost unbelievable fortune that Erdwin's lantern was destroyed just at the moment it seemed certain finally to fall upon us. You were in the Celestial Sands when it occurred, were you not? Near the ancient ruins. Then tell me, please, did you see anything of note? Nope. Nothing at all? I had hoped that such a vantage point might have given you a unique insight into what occurred. A shame that it did not. What? By the sands? A sinister figure appeared and sliced the lantern in two? You're joking, of course. After all, there is none in this world or any other capable of cutting open a star, surely? Prince Faris hurried off toward the palace in high spirits. He must be eager to inform his father of what came to pass upon the sands. Well, let's talk to these other people real fast. The star broke into pieces, did it not? Before it struck the kingdom? I did not expect that to happen, yet I feel no surprise. Perhaps my senses have been dulled by the barrage of unexpected events that have followed the fall of the World Tree. Perhaps it's safe to return to the city now. Back to the circus I go, then! Now that the star is broken into little pieces, I've decided to return to Gallopolis. We cannot be sure that the danger is past, of course, but one cannot run forever. Well, now that it's all over, I suppose it's time to go back to Gallopolis. I'm not sure if the ringmaster will let me back in the circus, though. I mean, everyone there is really nice, so I don't think it'll be a problem, but I can't help but worry. I did run away, after all. When I saw Erdwin's lantern splitting open, I readied myself for the end. But I was saved. I've been given a reprieve, a new lease of life. I must not squander this opportunity. It's too soon to relax. It's time to return home. Hooray, we're going home! Hurry up, please, I want to go home. Father, I want to go home. I'm hungry. I'm almost too hungry to stand. Father, please, I want to go. Oh, that's the same. I thought the star was going to fall on top of us and squish us all, but that did not happen. And now my mother and father have said we are going home. Hooray! I'll be able to play with my friends again soon. It's good if we no longer have to flee to Gondolia with the children, of course. Yet I cannot feel completely at ease. Even if Erdwin's lantern is no longer a threat, countless monsters remain at large. What a stroke of luck! Erdwin's lantern broke apart of its own accord, and without causing a single casualty. This is truly an auspicious day. Now that the danger has passed, I can look forward to returning home with my family. You found the desert rose. You should take it to the grieving woman in the eastern part of Gondolia. 1,000 pardons. You must be tired, but His Most Exalted Majesty the Sultan has requested that you report the latest developments concerning the lantern to him. He'll be waiting for you in the throne room. Please proceed to the palace right away. In the name of the sands? Did you see it? Did you see Erdwin's lantern disappear in the blink of an eye? What could have caused such a thing to happen?
Darling.
How can Erdwin's lantern have just vanished? I mean, was that even Erdwin's lantern? Are our eyes playing tricks on us? Well, there's no point standing out here speculating. The first thing we need to do is head to the Sultan's palace and ask him if Kalasmos means anything to him. Kalasmos. Kalasmos? Kalasmos? Ah, it's no good. Those runes carved into the lantern don't make any sense no matter how you slice them. Looks like people are starting to calm down a little around here now that the lantern's gone. I guess all the people who fled the city will start coming back before long too.
Listen.
I did not have a clear view of the lantern's destruction, so I cannot be sure precisely what happened. Could someone really have been capable of slicing a star in half? The star's shattering, such an awful noise. Sounds like the one they were calling the Darkspawn is actually fighting against the Lord of Shadows. Maybe everything they've been saying about him is just nonsense. I heard a most terrible noise, but I do not know what caused it. I was serving customers at the time and could not go out to investigate. Salud! Cheers! Gallopolis has been saved, and I have decided to celebrate with the most expensive bottle in the taberna. Ah, muy deliciosa. Erdwin's lantern or no Erdwin's lantern, the show must go on. And what's more, entry is still free. Ringmaster's orders. Why don't you come along and have the best night of your life? Gallopolis is saved. Now it's our job to make it the funnest city in all Erdrea. If we do, the rumors will soon spread, and who knows, we might even bring a bit of light and laughter back into this dark and gloomy world. That's the kind of thing we entertainers live for, and we don't give up easily. Mother, the big star did not fall. I told you the lantern would not fall. Look at her dance. Surely she is the best. The circus of life. Oh, you decided to just walk up mid-performance to say hello, have you? That's, I'm flattered. Well, Erdwin's lantern may have shone pretty brightly, but I'm nothing if not up for the challenge. Let's see what I can do to top it. Free entry all day long? Wonderful. The circus is back to its old self. Roll up, the circus is still on. Planning a visit to the circus, young man? You should be. We need to celebrate the fact that Gallopolis has been saved. Everyone will return now, see? Many people left Gallopolis when the star began to fall, but now I think they will all come back, see? It's gone, it's really gone. I heard this noise that made me jump out of my skin, and the next thing I knew, Erdwin's lantern was gone. Really can't believe such an enormous object just disappeared like that. It was Prince Faris. Can it be true? It was Prince Faris who destroyed the falling star. He's the only one who could have done so. Oh, my heroic prince. My friend claims that Prince Faris is the one who destroyed the falling star. She would say that, of course, being an admirer of his, but I do not think this can be the truth. Prince Faris may be the most handsome and elegant man in the world, but even he does not have the power to destroy a star. Such power is surely beyond any human. Many catastrophes have occurred since the fall of Yggdrasil, and yet somehow I may not remain alive. That in itself is a blessing at a time such as this, when so many are dying all over Erdrea. I must offer a prayer of thanks. Lantern or no lantern, our patrols must continue. This is the entrance to the spectator stands. Take a path from the central paddock, please, should you wish to take part in a race. The road is overrun with monsters, and many of my beloved horses have been killed as a result, but I must not become downhearted. We desert knights have a duty to defeat the beasts who threaten us, and to restore peace to the kingdom. We must avenge our fallen steeds. When I was a boy, my parents told me that Erdwin's lantern was a holy star that watched over and protected Erdrea. But when I think of the terror we all felt as it descended toward us, I find it hard to believe that its presence was truly benign. The horses are all feeling much better now that the star is not hanging ominously above them. How do I know this? Why, by the color of their manure, of course. At the moment, I'm seeing some very healthy hues indeed. Doo-doo-doo. Good boy, eat of that hay. The descent of Erdwin's lantern disturbed the horses greatly, but now they are calm once more. Now they should be able to focus on racing again. The horses are full of life once more. The horses seem calmer now. The noise when Erdwin's lantern broke into pieces, it was surely the loudest I've ever heard. It gave the horses the most terrible fright. Sharuk nearly choked on his oats, and he is not usually fazed by anything. No, this was very far from being an ordinary noise. It is also mysterious. We have seen the falling stars shatter into pieces, but still we do not know anything about how or why this happened. And now that is no more, perhaps we never will. Perhaps the mysteries of the lantern are destined to remain unsolved. I so miss my dear departed steed. More and more spectators are returning to watch the races now that Erdwin's lantern is no more. Perhaps there's a future for horse racing in Gallopolis after all. Be sure to catch a race or two while you're here, won't you? Such good fortune. I still cannot believe it. The lantern broke into pieces while a race was taking place, and it sent the horse into a terrible panic. It's a frightening sight, but in all the confusion, the horse I had came from the rear of the pack to win by a nose. Now that the lantern is no more, people are returning to the races. The future of the track is secure. Thank the heavens. Horse races are what makes life worth living. Welcome to the racetrack. I will never forget it. The bright light that burst out of the lantern when it was destroyed, I will never forget that sight. Never. Erdwin's lantern is no more, and yet the merchants have still not returned. How are people supposed to purchase the essentials, please? But what happened to the star? We can breathe easy at last. I cannot believe that the falling star shattered in pieces. Ever since Yggdrasil fell, the world has been full of things I do not understand. I felt certain that Erdwin's lantern would crash into Gallopolis, destroying the kingdom and plunging the world into terror. But alas, it did not. The end times are coming, but they are not upon us quite yet, it seems. We must wait just a little longer. Erdwin's lantern is gone. If Erdwin's lantern is no more, this must mean that the Luminary of Legend is not coming back. But if he is not coming back, who will defeat the Lord of Shadows? I do not think an ordinary person can do it. The lantern has gone. Erdwin's lantern shattered into 1,000 pieces, but can a star truly break apart in such a way? Nah, it cannot. Then why did it happen to Erdwin's lantern? Was it not a star? Sure, it can, but if this is a normal occurrence, why does everyone seem so shocked? She's got more sense than all of Heliodor put together. Prince Faris came running back to the city filled with energy and vigor. Surely this cannot mean... Was he the one who destroyed the falling star? Yup. By the sand! I would never have thought it possible. Clearly I've underestimated him. I owe his highness an apology. Nah. Of course not. Not even the mightiest prince in all Erdrea could do such a thing. But then, how did the star come to be destroyed?
You want to speak with little old me?
Well, here we are again, honey. Let's see if the Sultan has ever heard the word Kalasmos. I know he's not the most on-the-ball monarch we've met, but you never know. He might surprise us. Man, I am sure I'm glad we're back here. When that lantern thing was right over our heads, I thought we were goners for sure. Right now, I'm just happy to still be alive.
A word, if you please.
Ah, you're Prince Faris' friend, yes? You investigated the lantern with him. Then you surely know the details of its destruction. You must report to the Sultan immediately. You will find him in the throne room. I'm sure he'll be eager to hear all that you have to tell him. What joy! The cats have returned. Welcome to the Sultan's palace. You're looking for Prince Faris? A short while ago he ran into the throne room, ignoring us guards completely. It would seem he has something important to report. How could it just shatter into pieces? I cannot believe the lantern simply broke into pieces. Some were calling it the greatest crisis Gallopolis had faced since its founding. Yet we had nothing to fear after all. I cannot help but feel foolish. After all, the star was named for the ancient hero. How could we possibly have feared it? I will wait for as long as it takes. But now our cat, whom we had also thought lost, has returned to us. Surely this is a sign. Surely my beloved will be home soon. I must not give up. I must have faith. The Sultan and Sultana took me in as an orphan, and I have lived with them ever since. I owe them everything. As long as they remain in Gallopolis, I will be there by their side. I must look into this further. Now that the threat of the lantern has receded, I am perusing the castle's ancient tomes for further insights. After all, no star has been known to fall from the sky before, let alone to shatter into 1,000 pieces mere moments before landing. There must be some significance in what occurred, and I have made it my mission to discover just what that significance might be. 1,000 thank yous for keeping a watchful eye on Prince Faris, Tran. We Gallopolisans will always be grateful for all you have done for us. The next crisis awaits. Do not falter, men. The falling star may be no more, but Gallopolis will face a new crisis soon enough. That is why we, Desert Knights, must never rest. Our kingdom requires our protection at all times. Never retreat. Erdwin's lantern is gone, yet our training continues apace. We knights must be prepared to march into whatever crises may await us without flinching. That is what the captain says, anyway. But I fear that another crisis might send me running for the hills. We must try harder. Training every day. The captain assures us that one day we will reap the rewards of all this hard work, but right now I find it difficult to believe him. Tra-la-la-la. Should we feel glad? Erdwin's lantern no longer hangs heavy over Gallopolis, but is this truly cause for celebration? For if the lantern is a symbol of the Luminary of Legend, how can its destruction possibly bode well for us? Peace has returned. Now that Erdwin's lantern is no more, Gallopolis can return to being the peaceful kingdom it always was. That is a great relief, I must say. Watcher, did you see it? Did you see the massive star break into all them little pieces? I weren't half scared at first, but crikey, what a sight. You don't get to watch something like that every day. I simply cannot understand. Seeing Erdwin's lantern break apart was a terrifying moment for everyone in the castle, except for this man, it would seem. Indeed, he appeared to take great delight in it. I simply cannot understand such a reaction. Welcome back. It is truly a relief to see that you have returned unharmed. If you are looking for Prince Faris, he is presently in the throne room talking to the Sultan. He appeared to be rather agitated and was shouting repeatedly about our savior. I wonder what he witnessed out there upon the sands. My Faris has returned. It's such a relief to see that my Faris has returned unharmed. I made my peace with the idea that he must be allowed to do as he sees fit, but still, a mother cannot help but worry. 1,000 thank yous for agreeing to watch over him out there on the sands.
It is a relief to see you safe, my friends. When the star shattered, I could not help but fear the worst. Faris has explained all that came to pass out upon the sands. It seems a savior appeared and destroyed the lantern before it could lay waste to my kingdom.
Aye. Though, I wouldn't go calling him your saviour just yet. Anyway, never mind that now. There's something I want to ask you, your majesty. The runes on the barrier around the star, they spelled out a word. Kalasmos. Does that mean anything to you?
Kalasmos. Sadly, it does not.
Well, if it was written on the side of a star, you can bet it means something. Something important. Yeah, but we can't go letting it distract us too much. Mordigan's not going to defeat himself. We've work to be getting on with.
Lord Robert, your quest to defeat the Lord of Shadows is a noble one. The people of Gallopolis will be praying for your success.
Yes, and if there is ever anything you require, you need only ask. After all, I still owe you a favor.
Rab was able to read the characters before the star was destroyed, but neither he nor anyone else knows what Kalasmos means. They returned to Gallopolis to ask Sultan, but he doesn't seem to know either. The meaning of the word remains a mystery, but Gallopolis has been saved from disaster, and the party move on to continue their quest to defeat Morrigan. If someone went into the trouble of carving Kalasmos into Erdwin's lantern, it must mean something. I'm going to drive myself mad if I think about it anymore. I need to stay focused.
Hey, honey.
Well, we're still none the wiser as to who or what Kalasmos is, but at least we don't have to worry about the lantern anymore. And it looks like we managed to save Gallopolis yet again. We'll let Princey Pooh take care of things from here. We need to press on. We've got the Lord of Shadows to deal with. I'm sorry, I wish I could help, but Kalasmos means nothing to me. Is it someone's name, or is it a place, or what? I mean, if we don't even know that much, we're not going to get far.
A word, if you please.
I confess, when I first laid eyes on Prince Faris, I feared for the future of his kingdom. However, he has proved to be braver and more capable than I had thought. He certainly has the desire to protect his people, and that is by far the most important virtue that any knight can have. Can you imagine the strength the Savior must possess to be able to destroy such an enormous star with a single blow? I, for one, have never before witnessed such a feat. Tran, it has just occurred to me, surely the Savior would be the ideal ally in your quest to defeat the Lord of Shadows. With a hero like that by your side, even that wicked fiend would not stand a chance. I really do not know why you do not think of this yourself, old friend. Thank the sands I am here to help you. Kalasmos. No, it is not a word that means anything to me, but I shall ask my scholars to investigate. I suspect it must have some deep significance. Kalasmos is not a word with which I am familiar, and I take pride in the depth and breadth of my knowledge. It is a word from ancient times, perhaps? Or some form of incantation? Even without knowing its meaning, it is possible to detect a certain significance in its sound. Erdwin's lantern has now been dealt with, in no small part due to your intervention, I understand. It seems some grave matter or other is resolved every time you visit us here in Gallopolis. Be sure to return here the next time our kingdom is in trouble, please. Ho ho! I hear that some form of savior destroyed Erdwin's lantern, but surely such an act is beyond any normal man. Is this savior even human? What am I meant to research now? Oh dear, I came here to research Erdwin's lantern. I'm an astronomer, you see, but now it's gone and disappeared, so I'm not sure what to do. Some of my colleagues have managed to find some shards of the lantern out in the desert, though. I've seen a couple, and they look absolutely fascinating. I'd love to perform a few experiments on one. But I've heard the desert's crawling with monsters. There's no way someone like me could venture out there on a shard hunt. You look like you can handle yourself, though. I don't suppose you'd be able to go out there and find one for me, would you? The astronomer wants you to bring him a piece of Erdwin's lantern. You've been asked to undertake quests. Really? Oh, thank you. As far as I heard it, the shards have been turning up in the desert to the north of Gallopolis. If you could find one and bring it to me, I'd be ever so grateful. I'll be waiting here for you, all right? need a shard of Erdwin's lantern in order to continue my research. My colleagues tell me that several have been found in the desert to the north of Gallopolis. I understand that you came to Prince Faris' assistance once more. 1,000 thank yous to you. Be sure to visit His Most Exalted Majesty the Sultan if you have the time. I am certain he will wish to express his gratitude also. What luck, Tran finds a lantern shard. You should take it to the astronomer near the paddock in Gallopolis. Tran takes the lantern shard in his hand. There's a curious pattern carved in its surface. Tran takes a desert rose in his hand. It may look like an ordinary flower, but it's far, far heavier than any he's ever held before. Tran licks the rainbow rock salt. Incredible. It really does taste like all the colors of the rainbow. Alright. Let's talk to the people around in this region as we return these quests.